open up this 4-game series. The Yankee lineup here tonight for Game 1. Chuck Knobloch will lead off for the Yankees. He'll play second base. Derek Jeter, who's hit very well everywhere, a .333 road average this year, follows at short. Paul O'Neill bats third. He plays right field. Bernie Williams bats cleanup for New York. Tino Martinez, who had the game-winning home run last week for New York, follows at first base. Jorge Posada handling the catching chores. Shane Spencer is the Yankee designated hitter. It's Ricky Leday in left field and Scott Brocious at third base.
And the defense tonight for the Red Sox, Wilton Veras will be at third base. Nomar Garciaparra, the shortstop. Jeff Fry at second and Jose Offerman at first. Left to right, Darren Lewis, Carl Everett, and Trot Nixon. Jason Veritek behind the plate. Another mound right-hander, Brian Rose. Trying to get his first win since back on May 14th against Baltimore. A no decision against the Yankees last time at the stadium. Only 2 1/3 innings in that ball game, but the Red Sox did win it 5-3.
Short outings have been a problem for Red Sox starters of late. Sox could use some innings and a win from Brian Rose tonight. Chuck Knobloch takes the first pitch of the night in for a called strike. Knobloch at .283 on the year, 3 homers for Chuck, and he's knocked in 10 runs. Yankees beginning a 13-game road trip tonight. Red Sox start tonight with a half-game lead in the American League East. Brian Rose, who beat the Yankees twice a year ago, did not fare as well in the Sox visit to New York last week. Working Game 1 here against the Bombers tonight. Here's the 2-strike pitch now from Rose. Breaking ball missing down low. 1-2 the count on Knobloch.
Rose himself said he had to be more aggressive tonight in this start against the Yankees. Really looked like he was just feeling the ball around last time out at Yankee Stadium.
Goes after Knobloch. Knobloch hits it high in the air down the left field line. Darren Lewis is over for a look, but that's back in the crowd. And as you might expect, it will be a sellout crowd on hand here at Fenway Park tonight. Yankees in for 4 to wrap up the homestand for the Red Sox. Joe Torre's club struggling more than the Red Sox are at the moment. They've lost 4 in a row, swept by the White Sox. Pounded yesterday 17-4. Knobloch chases the high hard one and goes down swinging.
Keys of the game brought to you by Sullivan Tire. Bullpens first and second in the league, and of course Red Sox bullpen has been used heavy recently. Yankees 42 runs allowed in the last 4 games. Chicago White Sox coming into town and doing some serious damage against the New York Yankees.
Knobloch down on strikes to open the game. 1 out in the Yankee first. Here is Derek Jeter. Jeter and Nomar both coming off the disabled list the same day, May 27th in New York. Both have hit very well since being activated. Jeter overall in the year .333, 5 homers, 21 RBIs, and Garciaparra now leads the American League in hitting. Both have hit it better than a .400 clip since being activated. 2 balls, no strikes, the count on Jeter. Foul fly down the right field line. 2-1 the count.
Red Sox played Jeter to pull in the infield. We look at Joe Torre, and in the opposite field in the outfield. Let's shade him toward right. See Garciaparra over to that hole at shortstop, but Everett slightly toward right center field.
Rose missing inside, falls behind 3-1. Carl Everett moving in shallow center field will make the catch. 2 up, 2 gone for the Yankees here in the first. Your umpires tonight, that's Jerry Meals calling the balls and strikes behind the plate. Larry Young works at first base. Justin Clem at second. And Bill Miller is the third base umpire.
The right fielder, Paul O'Neill.
Here's Paul O'Neill, 302 on the year. 7 homers, 38 runs batted in. Yankees 5 games over 500. They're 34-29 on the year. They've been having pitching problems of late, and they've had problems, Jerry, all year scoring runs.
And next to last in the league in runs scored, the only team that scored fewer runs, the Detroit Tigers.
Through it all, Joe Torre's club just a half a game out of the lead in the American League East.
This surprises me, Bob, as they're not walking very much. 12th in the league in walks, and usually this Yankee ball club will draw a lot of walks and very high, usually with on-base percentage. Hasn't been the case so far this season.
1 ball, 2 strikes. O'Neill with a glance backward to Jerry Meals. O'Neill smokes it, but right to Jose Offerman at first base. A 1-2-3. Top half of the first inning for Brian Rose. Yankees scoreless with the Red Sox coming up. Back at Fenway, Yankees scoreless to the top of the first. Now the Red Sox take their turn here in the home half of the inning. Jimmy Williams' lineup card tonight goes like this. Jose Offerman plays first base, leads off for the Red Sox. Jeff Fry will follow at second. Trot Nixon hits third. He plays right field. Nomar Garcia Parras, 384, leads the American League in hitting. Nomar with an 8-game hitting streak, hitting cleanup. Carl Everett follows in center field. Brian Daubach is the designated hitter. Jason Varitek handling the catching chores. Darren Lewis at left and Wilton Veras at third.
And the defense for the Yankees, they're 13th in the American League. They have made 52 errors on the season. Scott Brocious will be at third base. Derek Jeter, the shortstop. Chuck Knobloch at second and Tino Martinez at first base. Left to right, Ricky Leday, Bernie Williams, and Paul O'Neill. Jorge Posada behind the plate, and on the mound, Ramiro Mendoza. Mendoza did a great job against the Red Sox. Roger Clemens had to leave the game after an inning with the pulled groin, and they called on Mendoza. He pitched a 5 2/3 inning in that ball game and only allowed 1 earned run. In his career against the Red Sox, he's 2-1 in 13 games. 5 of those have been starts. He's very tough on right-handers. Right-handers only hitting .196 this season off Mendoza.
Well, here comes Jose Offerman to lead off for Boston. Jeff Fry, Trot Nixon to follow here in the first inning. Offerman at 238 on the year, has 3 homers. He has knocked in 16 runs. First pitch strike from Mendoza, the 28-year-old right-hander from Panama. Offerman serves a leadoff single to center field. A soft line drive. Fine safety out in front of Bernie Williams. Red Sox with their leadoff man aboard.
Every time that teams talk trade with the Yankees, it seems like Mendoza's name comes up, but they're very reluctant to give him away because he's one of those guys that can pitch out of the bullpen. They can start him in an emergency, like when Clemens got hurt. They were able to put him on the mound that day. Very valuable guy.
He would probably start for any team seeking him in a trade. The Yankees with depth, able to use Mendoza back and forth between the bullpen and the starting assignment. Spot starter here or there, and he's done a great job for him. Here is Jeff Fry, 33-13 on the year for Fry, carrying a 12-game hitting streak. Offerman goes. Here's the throw by Posada in time. Offerman is out at second base. Posada with a strong throw, and they're able to still tag Offerman out.
Well, the Red Sox trying to play hit and run on the very first pitch, and Joe Torre and the Yankees will sniff it out. They pitch out on the first pitch. Fry trying to make contact, can't. The ball's so far away from him, and Offerman thrown out at second base. Fry trying to stay in that batter's box. If he gets out of the box and makes contact, he'd be called out.
Posada was on the shortstop side of second base, still able to get the tag on Offerman for the first out. Pop foul by Fry. Posada is there, and Posada will make the catch. 2 quick outs for the Red Sox. Posada has been the everyday catcher for New York, getting a lot of playing time this year. Has always been a strong defensive catcher and is having a very good offensive season.
Batting third,
Two outs here in the first inning. Here's Trot Nixon, 295, 7 homers, 36 runs batted in. Knoblauch at second base. Everybody on their feet, but Knoblauch's throw is perfect over to Tino Martinez. Red Sox retired here in the first. No runs, one hit, no errors, nobody left. We're scoreless here after one.
Green hero.
Back at Fenway, no score. Yankees, Red Sox after an inning. Let's take a look at the batting leaders in both the American and National League. Brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. Nomar now qualifying with enough at-bats. Jumps right on top at 384. Edgar Martinez, Ivan Rodriguez, Darren Erstad, and Carlos Delgado, who just left town. The top five in the American League. Todd Helton, Vladimir Guerrero. We'll see him later on after the All-Star break. Mike Piazza, Jose Vidro, and Luis Castillo of Florida. The top five in the National League.
Tomorrow with enough at bats, Jerry mentioned, to qualify now, leads the American League. Here's Bernie Williams, the Yankee cleanup hitter, 297 on the year, 13 homers, 61 runs batted in. Williams leading off here in the New York second. Tino Martinez, Jorge Posada to follow against Brian Rose. Jose Offerman will make the play unassisted at first base. So hesitation there by Offerman, but still beats Bernie Williams to the bag, one out.
Offerman's been busy early in the ball game, and with some hard-hit balls, a line drive by O'Neill, and that one harp about Bernie Williams. A race to the bag between Offerman and Williams, and Jose will beat him.
Batting fifth, number 24, the first baseman.
Still using that same glove, the outfielder's glove. It's been working. Stay with it.
One out here, top of the second inning. Tino Martinez. And the game-winning home run for New York last Wednesday takes a called strike. 273 for Tino, 7 homers, 35 runs batted in. Game-winning home run off Tim Wakefield in the final game of that abbreviated 2-game series in the Bronx. And in the bottom half of the 8th inning, Sox and Yankees divided those 2 games. Sox won 2 of 3 in New York earlier. Try to Offerman, 2 outs.
Well, certainly a better start today for Brian Rose, and that last time looks more comfortable, more confident, more aggressive. Just looked like in that last start, Bob, right from the first pitch, he was scuffling.
Much like Jeff Fassero was yesterday, scuffling early, giving up the home run early to Mondesi. Jorge Posada, 317 with a very high on base percentage of about 450 or so. 12 homers for Posada, 34 runs batted in. Having an excellent year. There's some innings pleased tonight from Brian Rose. Looking at the track record of the Red Sox starters recently, not too good. Fassero 2 innings yesterday. Ramon Martinez 3 innings on Saturday, and Pete Chiric worked just 3 2/3 here against the Blue Jays on Friday night. Thursday was an off day. As you go backwards, Pedro had a 6-inning stint at Yankee Stadium last Wednesday, and then Jerry mentioned the 2 1/3 that Brian Rose worked last Tuesday in New York. But the Red Sox have been into that bullpen very early in 4 of their last 5 games. Posada's gone. 1-2-3 second inning for Brian Rose. Strikeout number 2. We played 1.5 here at Fenway Park. Yankees and Red Sox scoreless.
Back at Fenway, no score as we move to the bottom of the second inning. Well, fans, it's time to cast your vote for the 2000 All-Star Game starting lineup. This year, Major League Baseball, in conjunction with SeasonTicket.com, is pleased to bring you the first interactive online All-Star ballot. The deadline for balloting is July 1st, so vote for your favorite stars today at either MajorLeagueBaseball.com or SeasonTicket.com.
Bottom half the second inning, Nomar Garciaparra will lead off for the Red Sox. Carries an 8-game hitting streak to the plate. Leads the American League with that .384 average. A half a dozen homers. He's knocked in 36 runs. Omar had 1 hit in 4 trips yesterday in that 5-1 loss to the Blue Jays here at Fenway. Hit hard, towards the corner in left field. Now a 9-game hitting streak up against the padding. Garciaparra goes for 2 and has himself a leadoff double.
Garciaparra picks up his 16th double. That ball down and in. We've seen him do this a couple of times over the last few games. Trying to pitch him down and in, and he's able to get the head of the bat right down with the baseball, and that time with a double down the line.
Leadoff man in scoring position for the Red Sox. Self-proclaimed Yankee hater Carl Everett at the plate for Boston. Makes a breaking ball up high. 1 ball, no strikes. 327 for Everett. 22 home runs. 63 runs batted in. Everett pops it up on the infield. Scott Brocious backing up a couple of steps at third base. Now over a couple steps, makes the catch. 1 out.
Batting 6th, number 23, the designated hitter, Brian Daubach.
Mendoza gets tough man and Everett. Garciaparra does not advance from second base, and here's the designated hitter Brian Daubach. 275 on the year. 11 homers, 39 runs batted in. Daubach, little nubber out in front of the plate. Mendoza, good fielding pitcher, will throw out Daubach as Garciaparra moves to third, but is there with 2 outs.
Daubach a little bit anxious on that first pitch. Looked to be a changeup away, and just taps it out in front of home plate. Not exactly the kind of pitch you want to swing at on the very first pitch.
Batting 7th.
Well, that's a leadoff double, a couple of quick outs.
The catcher, Jason Varitek.
Jason Varitek, one of the heroes of the Red Sox win in the Bronx last Tuesday, where he hit home run number 4, 297 on the year, 4 homers and 21 runs batted in. They get Garciaparra home here from third base with 2 outs.
Varitek 5 for 11 in his career against Mendoza. That's the same pitch he got Daubach to chase. That time Varitek laid off. It's a strike, but it's one you prefer not to swing at till you get 2 strikes.
Two balls, 1 strike on Varitek. Mendoza, as mentioned, last outing was against the Red Sox in relief of Roger Clemens, who had to leave after 1 inning. Before that, Mendoza was scratched from the start against the Montreal Expos. And some stiffness in his right shoulder. His last start was the 30th of May against Oakland in a 7-4 loss. Mendoza's got good numbers, though, on the year. 5 wins, 3 losses, and an earned run average under 4 at 3.88. Falling behind Varitek, 3 balls, 1 strike. Varitek right back to Mendoza. Gets the glove back up in time and snares the line drive. That retires the side. No runs, 1 hit. Garciaparra is stranded at third. We're scoreless here from Fenway after 2. Back here, Fenway Park, scoreless ball game. We go to the top half the 3rd inning. Time now for our Applebee's pitching leaders. Check them out. The Red Sox lead the American League despite all their difficulties recently. The Red Sox with a 3.78 team ERA. The White Sox who are playing such fantastic baseball. Winners of 9 of their last 10. The Yankees have dropped to 3rd. And the Braves, the Diamondbacks, and the Dodgers. Who else in the National League? 1, 2, 3. New England says Nomar, and Nomar has a double so far in 1 trip tonight. Shane Spencer leading off here for the Yankees in the visiting half the third inning. Spencer first ball hitting. Carl Everett going back towards that triangle, has a long way to go and won't get there. It hits the wall. The carom comes to Nixon. Spencer will chug into third with a stand-up triple. Got it over the head of Everett and off the wall at the 420 sign in center field. First hit tonight for the Yankees off Brian Rose, and it's a three-bagger by Spencer leading off the third.
He's been hot recently for the Yankees. Now a 7-game hitting streak. That ball right out over the plate and all the way to the base of the wall at about the 420. Watch that ball kick off the wall and right back to Trot Nixon, who's somewhere around that Red Sox bullpen. Hit the cement part of the wall below the padding. Nixon gets it back in, but Spencer standing at third with the leadoff triple.
Willie Randolph there, the Yankee third base coach in the background. After the first pitch, Ricky Leday pops it up. Rose will get a big out here. Wilton Veras puts it away. Spencer at third still with now one out.
Well, again, an anxious hit of that man in scoring position, and Leday chased a high fastball.
Batting 9.
Popped it up to the third baseman Veras. So one out of a ninth place hitter coming up now for New York. Scott Brocious. 252 for Brocious. 5 homers, 22 runs batted in. Had a 3-run homer yesterday. And that's 17-4. Yankees shellacking that they took at the hands of the White Sox. Breaking ball away from Brocious. 1 ball, no strikes.
You know, things are already better for both teams tonight than they were yesterday.
Red Sox fell behind early on the home run by Mondesi. The Yankees fell behind 9-0 in the top of the first inning. Valentine highlighted that for the White Sox with a grand slam. Brocious pops it foul back behind the plate. Here comes Varitek. Varitek has a play and makes the catch. 2 outs. And Spencer still at third base.
Well, almost a carbon copy here of Leday's at bat. Again, a high fastball. And both guys popping it up. Straight back. Just a question of whether Varitek was going to have enough room. Has plenty of room to pick up the second out. So Rose 2/3 of the way home now.
Number 11, the second baseman, Chuck Knobloch.
Second trip through the Yankee order now for Rose. Chuck Knobloch batting with 2 outs. Knobloch was a strikeout victim. Went after a high fastball and went down swinging to open the game. Fouls this one back. 1 strike to count on Knobloch. Ryan Rose making his second start against the Yankees this year. A long day for manager Jimmy Williams and the Red Sox with a number of roster changes.
Yeah, long day before the game even started.
Spencer with a leadoff triple, still at third with 2 outs. Knobloch, soft line drive, pulled in by Garcia Parra to retire the side. That's a 6-pitch inning for Brian Rose. That includes the leadoff triple from Shane Spencer. We're still scoreless here after 2.5.
8 for the Red Sox. Number 20.
Back here at Fenway, scoreless ball game now. We go to the bottom half of the third inning. Sox and Yankees matched up for the 6th time this year. Their first meeting here at Fenway Park. Aaron Lewis leads off for the Sox. Wilton Veras to follow. Then back to the top of the order, and Jose Offerman. 303 for Lewis. 1 homer, 6 runs batted in. 1 ball and no strikes. Lewis getting the start in left field for the Red Sox tonight. Chases the breaking ball, fouls it back. 1-1 the count.
Yankees one of the few teams that play Darren straight up in the outfield. Actually, well, now though, after the first pitch, Fernie Williams sliding just a little bit toward right center field.
One ball, 2 strikes. Lewis was 0 for 3 with a walk yesterday. Has had 5 3-hit games for the Red Sox this year.
And I would imagine, Bob, with Troy O'Leary on that 15-day disabled list with those personal issues, that we'll see a lot of Lewis out there in left field.
Jimmy Williams also has Curtis Pride available. Pride called up from Pawtucket today. But D. Lou was expected to get the bulk of the playing time as he lines it foul down the right field line. Still a ball and 2 strikes. Here's Curtis Pride up from Pawtucket. Bryce Flory also joining the Red Sox club today. Rob Stanifer also back up. Lewis towards the wall in left field, but Leday is back to make the catch on the warning track. 1 out.
Well, fans this season, the Red Sox will offer a free shuttle bus service from Ruggles Station to Fenway for all Red Sox games. Red Sox want to improve public transportation access for fans arriving at games via the Orange Line, commuter rail lines from Attleboro, Franklin, and Needham, and several MBTA bus lines. For more information, please visit redsox.com.
1 out in the home third. Wilton Veras likes that first pitch, but fouls it back. 1 strike to count. 260 for Veras. Still looking for his first home run this year. Has 14 runs batted in. Breaking ball, and Veras chased it. Veras has just 6 hits in his last 45 at bats. It's gone a while without an RBI. Young hitter, still developing at the major league level. Here's Jeter deep in the hole to short. Big stretch by Tino Martinez and 2 outs.
And when Mendoza's on his game, he'll generally get a lot of ground balls. Get that good moving fastball, sink. Keep those infielders busy.
We were marking earlier, always a special feeling when the Yankees are at Fenway. A little different crowd.
Number 30.
A little louder than normal, Bob.
Jose Offerman.
A little more excitement and the buzz around the ballpark. Top of the order here, Jose Offerman. Breaking ball from Mendoza for a called strike. Knobloch at second base. Knobloch to Martinez. 1-2-3. Go the Red Sox in the third. Second assist tonight for Chuck Knobloch from his second base position. We head to the fourth. Still scoreless. Back here at Fenway Park, top half the fourth inning. Sox and Red Sox are scoreless. Time now for our Aflac trivia question. And Paul Carroll, who's in charge of some things in NESN, wants to know the last right-handed batter to win 2 consecutive American League batting titles. We'll have the answer for you the next half inning. Last right-handed hitter to win 2 consecutive American League hitting titles. Derek Jeter leads off for the Yankees here in the fourth. Paul O'Neill, Bernie Williams to follow. You know Nomar Garciaparra, a right-handed hitter, won it last year for the Red Sox. That's right-handed hitter to win it 2 years running. Jeter swings and misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jeter flied out to Everett in center field back in the first inning. Everett has a long run for this one out towards that bullpen area. Can't get it. Takes 1 hop, goes over the wall. It's a ground rule double for Jeter.
Well, again, the Red Sox shade Jeter toward the opposite field, but Trot Nixon playing fairly shallow out there in right. And that inside-out swing by Jeter will find the gap between Nixon and Everett. 1 hop into the Yankee bullpen, or excuse me, the Red Sox bullpen, for the leadoff double. So the last 2 innings, a leadoff triple, this time a leadoff double.
So far, neither of the ball clubs, as we watch Everett here with the ball going in the bullpen, has done the little things that would result in a run. Sox got the leadoff double from Garciaparra in the second inning and could not score him. They didn't get him to third until there were 2 outs. Spencer led off the Yankee third with a triple. Yankees couldn't get him home. And now it's Jeter camped at second base with the left-handed hitter Paul O'Neill at the plate. career numbers against Brian Rose. O'Neill hit the ball his first at bat against Rose, lining out to Offerman at first base. Cleveland invades Chicago tonight. A 7.5 game lead for the White Sox, with Cleveland visiting Comiskey Park. Interesting to see how the White Sox draw now as they head back to the Windy City after a tremendous road trip and the best record in all of Major League Baseball.
I love that shot from on top of the roof there, that one in the Red Sox dugout. You get to see Kerrigan, you get to see Williams, and you get to see Bob Tomaselli's stomach.
You can see it all. Pulls in the kitchen a bit. Meanwhile, O'Neill at the plate takes a called strike, 1-1. '15th Major League season for Paul O'Neill, a lifetime .312 hitter with the Yankees, and a .290 a career average overall. Spent a number of years in Cincinnati before coming to New York. Jeter at second base with the leadoff double. 2/3 there of the big trio of shortstops in the American League. Alex Rodriguez of Seattle the other. Hot shot foul here down the right field line. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Again, Nomar and Jeter both came off a disabled list the exact same day, that Saturday. I think it was the 27th of May. Second game of the series in New York. Both have hit better than 400 since their return. Both have a double in the game tonight. Three balls, 2 strikes. Payoff pitch from Rose, popped in the air to shallow left center field. Darren Lewis gets himself in position for a throw. Makes the catch for the first out of the inning. Jeter at second base with now 1 out as O'Neill flies to Darren Lewis in left.
Well, Rose has made some good pitches when he's had to so far. He had that man at third base, a couple of high fastballs that the Yankee hitters chase for pop-up. This time he jams, gets inside of O'Neill, and O'Neill will go to the opposite field, and that won't advance the runner. O'Neill upset with himself after that fly ball to left.
1 out here in the Yankee fourth. Ernie Williams. Back is Jeter.
Jeter's got 14 steals on the season. He's only been caught 1 time. Looks like Nomar trying to talk him into a lapse out there at second base. They've been yapping back and forth between every pitch, and finally Nomar puts the pickoff play on.
Jeter caught just once this year. Ernie Williams takes one up high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Williams, the American League batting champion in 1998, won it with a .339 average, beating out Mo Vaughn. Makes a strike on the inside corner. 1-2 the count.
Bernie thinking this pitch may have been a little bit inside. Looked like it tailed back on the corner. And with a little help from Veritek.
Now Williams hitting out of a 1-2 hole. Rose puts him away. Third strikeout tonight for Brian Rose.
Well, we don't normally see this from Rose, but he's having a lot of success tonight with that high fastball. He's got a number of Yankee hitters to chase it. Up the ladder with Bernie Williams. And Bernie strikes out for the 41st time this year, but a couple of big outs again with a man in scoring position.
Yankees get the leadoff double from Jeter. He's still at second base with 2 outs now. Leaves it up to Tino Martinez. Tino grounded out to Fry at second base, his first trip in the second inning. One ball, 1 strike on Martinez. Tino has knocked in 105 runs or more in 5 consecutive seasons now for the Yankees. Rose working them away. 2-1 the count. Jeter at second base with 2 outs. Rose working to Tino Martinez. 2-1 pitch. Grounded past Rose. Up the middle and a base hit. In to score comes Jeter. The Yankees break the tie and have themselves a 1-0 lead. Big 2-out base hit by Tino Martinez.
And the case there too where Rose didn't help himself defensively. It looked like he was going to be able to knock that ball down and at least save a run. Once it got by Rose, no infielder had a chance. Ball away, pulled by Tino, and you see we get by Rose, and from there it's going to be the first run of the ball game for the Yankees. So a big 2-out base hit by Tino Martinez.
Big smile for Tino. He's at the first RBI of the ball game. Yankees have the 1-0 lead. Jorge Posada at the plate. Posada, first ball hitting, gets it a long way to center field. Back goes Everett. This one is crushed and it's gone. A home run for Posada into the bleachers. And the Yankees now have a 3-0 advantage.
Well, Posada has certainly been one of their stars offensively all season long. Straight away center field, about 5 or 6 rows back in that bullpen. The bleachers. Ball is coming with 2 outs. The leadoff double looked like Rose may get out of a jam again. The base hit, the home run.
Joe Torre's club up now 3-0. A while since the Yankees have been ahead on the scoreboard after that tough weekend with the White Sox. Here's Shane Spencer. Spencer's name has been tossed around in a lot of the trade talks involving the Berrios sluggers, Sammy Sosa and Juan Gonzalez. One ball, 1 strike. Rose cruised through the first 3, has hit a bumpy road here in the 4th inning. Ball's behind Spencer, 2-1. Big hop for Garcia Parra at short. He throw to Offerman, and Spencer retired, but the Yankees get 3. RBI single by Martinez, the big 2-run home run by Jorge Posada. The Yankees have a 3-0 advantage after 3.5. Fenway Park, 3-0 lead now for the Yankees. Bottom of the 4th. Anytime to check out our Aflac trivia question. Stumped on this one. I was going to guess Edgar Martinez. I know he's won a couple of batting titles, but they weren't consecutive. The answer? All the way back to 1939, 1940, Jolton Joe DiMaggio, the last right-handed hitter to win consecutive batting titles in the American League. Figured it might be a Yankee only because that's Paul usually ties the question to the visiting team if possible, somehow. Jeff Fry to lead off for the Red Sox, who now trail 3-0 in the ball game. Fry, Nixon, and Garcia Parra coming up for Boston. That's a good one, though. Jolton Joe DiMaggio, 1939, 1940. Hop to third. Brocious makes the play. In time to get Fry, 1 out.
Well, if you're looking for the best fishing spots in New England, then be in the front row tomorrow night. Matt Angler Charlie Moore takes you to some of his favorite watering holes and lures in some interesting guests as well. He's got the best bass on television. Take the bait in the front row tomorrow night at 5 right here on NESN.
You got the what?
The best bass in television.
I thought you said.
Somebody, whoever's writing those things, trying to get me in trouble.
It usually doesn't take much, does it? Here we go with Mendoza now, working to trot Nixon with 1 out in the 4th. Nixon retired, and a ground ball to Knobloch to end the 1st inning. Sox have 2 hits so far. Leadoff single by Offerman in the 1st. He was thrown out by Posada on a botched hit and run. The Yankees pitching out on the play, and then Garcia Parra led off the 2nd inning for the Sox with a double to left, got as far as 3rd. Boston trailing New York 3-0 here, home half the 4th. One ball and 2 strikes.
Mendoza's tough. He's been tough on the Red Sox. He got that outing at Yankee Stadium the day that Pedro Martinez pitched. As Roger Clemens scratched after 1 inning with the groin problem. Roger has since been put on the disabled list.
Strike 3 call. Tough pitch by Mendoza. His first strikeout of the night.
And not a strikeout pitcher. The high on the season for Mendoza, 5. It's another thing we've seen a lot of recently. Over the weekend, a lot of right-handers throwing that fastball inside and tailing it back on that inside corner. Lefties have a tendency to give up on it. It's a good pitch.
Two outs. Here's Nomar Garcia Parra. First pitch strike for Mendoza. Garcia Parra with a double so far in the game tonight. Now has a 9-game hitting streak. In the air to right field. Paul O'Neill has him positioned perfectly. And the Red Sox will go in order. 4 complete from Fenway. The Yankees have the lead 3-0. NESN's exclusive coverage of Boston Red Sox baseball is brought to you in part by your New England Ford dealer. Stop by your New England Ford dealer for great savings on new Ford cars and trucks. By Heineken. It's all about the beer. Heineken. By Gillette Mach 3, the first triple blade razor. By Nissan, driven to bring you the most imaginative cars, trucks, and SUVs. By Verizon Wireless. Bell Atlantic Mobile has become Verizon Wireless. Simple, affordable, national. Join in. And by Applebee's, as unique as Fenway Park, as American as Applebee's. Nice look there at the city of Boston. Back here at Fenway Park, where the Red Sox trailed the Yankees 3-0. We go to the top of the 5th inning. Big hit of the ball game so far. Came in the 4th inning. Here it is. The 2-run homer by Jorge Posada. It disappears into the bleachers in center field. Came off Brian Rose. 3-0 lead now for New York. Tino Martinez has extended the inning with an RBI single. Derek Jeter opened the inning with a double. It's 3-0 Yankees. Ricky Leday to lead off for New York. Scott Brocious to follow. Then back to the top of the order, and Chuck Knobloch. No balls, 2 strikes. Sad day for the Red Sox today. In a moment of silence before the game to honor longtime Red Sox fan Lib Dooley, a season ticket holder for over 50 years, who passed away.
Oh, what a fan, too. It goes back a long, long ways, and a lot of baseball here at Fenway Park. She used to make a number of road trips. Recently, he's here in Cleveland at times, Baltimore, to watch the Red Sox play.
Huge fan of Ted Williams. Saw all of Ted's games here in Boston. That's how much great baseball you would see. A season ticket holder here for 50 years.
Seats right down in the first row, right behind the Red Sox batter's box. That's where she always sat.
Red Sox #1 fan. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Ricky Leday. Popped to Wilton Veras at third base in the 3rd inning. To get Leday with that high fastball. Leday laid off. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
The pitch he chased last time up at the man at third base and popped it up. That time stayed away from it.
Three runs, 4 hits for the Yankees. No runs, 2 hits for the Red Sox. Ricky Leday leading off the Yankee 5th. Jose Offerman makes the play. Rose covers. 1 out. Running through the game summary, got a little pinch for time. Mendoza, Brian Rose are 2 pitchers tonight. Rose with 3 strikeouts already. The Yankees with the 3 runs in the 4th inning, and the Yankees with a 3-0 lead. He's got 3 runs and 3 of the hits in the 4th. Scott Brocious, line drive, base hit, right field. Brocious goes the other way. Picks up the Yankees' 5th hit of the night.
Brocious, another Yankee that's been swinging the bat fairly well. 6 straight games now for Brocious on a hitting streak. Getting the high fastball. This time Brocious puts it on a line to the opposite field for the hit. Third at bat tonight for Chuck Knobloch, who has struck out and hit a soft line drive to Garcia Parr at short. Knobloch really been taking it from the fans tonight, especially on the ground balls hit his way. He's had a couple. He's made the throw to first base.
He had the 3 throwing errors on Thursday night against the White Sox and left the game early. Had 4 total errors on the weekend. Did not have one yesterday, or not yesterday, but yeah, it was yesterday, Sunday. Today is Monday, right?
A lot of the starters taken out of the game early yesterday in that ball game.
Knobloch has had to put up with signs like that, probably not only here in Boston, but a lot of his stops around the American League. Won a Gold Glove with the Minnesota Twins his final year there in 1997. And has been cursed by the throwing disease here. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Well, his teammates have showed great confidence in him. His manager certainly has. Yankee fans and even opposing players have a lot of sympathy for that type of a problem that he's going through.
Talked about it before. You've seen it happen to certain catchers couldn't throw back to pitchers. We had Matt Young here in Boston who couldn't throw to first base. There have been pitchers that have lost their control. Hugh Blass comes to mind. Mark Wohlers for a while with the Braves. Runner goes. Knobloch fouls it off.
A little hit and run put on by Joe Torre, but a good pitch by Rose, a slider, and Knobloch will tap it foul. Mackie Sasser's name comes to mind, a catcher, Steve Sachs.
Steve Sachs, fellow second baseman. Rose working to Knobloch. 2 balls, 2 strikes here. 1 on, 1 out in the 5th. Knobloch, high fly ball. Left center field. Carl Everett will take charge, makes the catch, 2 outs.
Derek Jeter 1 for 2 in the ball game tonight. The opposite field double. You can see by the spray zone that a lot of those hits in the gaps toward right field. Pulls a lot of balls on the ground at third base. That's why we showed you earlier Nomar was pretty much playing him to pull in the infield, but the outfield shading him to the opposite field.
Jeter has flied to center and doubled to right in his 2 at-bats tonight. Toward the Yankees' first run coming in on Tino Martinez 2-out single last inning. To left field. Darren Lewis back, looking up. It's gone. A home run for Jeter. Into the screen over the left field wall, and the Yankee lead is now 5-0.
Pitches generally try to jam Jeter inside, and he must have been looking up and in this time because he'll get the head of the bat out. Watch location of this pitch. Up and in. Pulls the hands in, but still gets the head of the bat in the baseball. And up into the screen for the home run. 2-out damage tonight by the Yankees. All runs in the 3rd, the 4th coming with 2 outs. Same thing here in the 5th.
Yankees feeling a little better about things over in their dugout after that tough weekend. Paul O'Neill takes one down low. Big weekend for Jimmy Williams and the Sox. 4 against New York here, and then 3 in Toronto over the weekend. And in this strange year, that will wrap things up with the Blue Jays, and the Sox won't see the Yankees again until mid-September.
With one additional game to be played in New York. They play a weekend series here against New York, then travel to New York for a Monday game, a makeup game.
Can't remember the exact stat, but I remember reading it when I was reading the papers yesterday. Red Sox have something like 18 games remaining after this weekend, intra-division, of their last like 86 or whatever the figure would be, and 14 of those will be against Baltimore and Tampa Bay. I'm not sure of the numbers, but you get the idea. They don't play very many games at all in the East after this weekend. Three balls, 1 strike on Paul O'Neill. First walk that has been issued by Rose tonight. Might have been a little unnerved by the home run by Derek Jeter. Yankees' success of the last couple of innings. Joe Kerrigan, the Red Sox pitching coach, coming out.
That's what happened last inning. Bob gave up the 2-out base hit to Tino Martinez, and then followed by the home run. There's some walking around down in the Red Sox bullpen, but I don't see anybody rushing up to get loose. We mentioned earlier Stanifer back from the minor leagues, Bryce Flory back. There would be some guys not available today. Pachado, probably Garces, Beck, who worked in the ballgame yesterday.
Bryce Flory, newest member of the Red Sox bullpen out there at the right-hand part of your screen.
The center fielder,
sitting next to Rod Beck.
Williams.
Pitch count not a problem, just 69 so far for Rose. He hasn't really thrown that many pitches tonight, but has had difficulty the last 2 innings. Working here to Bernie Williams.
6 steals for O'Neill at first base. He's been caught 5 times.
Yankees number 2 in the American League stolen base category behind the Royals. Bryce Flory warms in the bullpen now for the Red Sox. Ryan Rose trying to get the final out here in the top of the 5th. O'Neill goes, got a pretty good jump. Veritek's throw will not be in time. O'Neill with a 2-out swipe to second.
Oh boy, there have been a lot of base stealers that have been running wild on the Red Sox recently. O'Neill now picks up number 7, gets in a scoring position with 2 outs.
Sox have given up 66 stolen bases this year. They have thrown out 22 runners. Bernie Williams fouls it back. 1 ball, 1 strike. Neal, stolen base, getting him in scoring position with 2 outs. 1-1 pitch to Bernie Williams, grounded foul. Past the Red Sox dugout, 1-2 the count. Williams tonight has bounced out to Offerman at first base and gone down swinging. Rose slowing down the action here in the 5th as he tries to avoid further trouble. Goes up on Williams, who lays off. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Popped up. Foul territory. Wilton Veras is there for the Red Sox to make the catch, and that retires the side. But the Yankees do some more damage. This time it's Derek Jeter going deep. Yankees have 2 home runs tonight. They also have a 5-0 lead after 4.5. Back here at Fenway, Red Sox falling behind New York now 5-0. Bottom of the 5th inning on tap. Speaking of on tap, let's check the schedule. Brought to you by Heineken. Tap the keg. Yankees tomorrow. Fox 25 will cover the ball game for you at 7. NESN's coverage begins again Wednesday night at 6:30 with Red Sox Digest and Bob Rogers. Thursday night's affair back on Fox, actually every other day. Friday on NESN, Saturday on Fox, Sunday on NESN. Back and forth we go. Red Sox and Yankees, and then Red Sox and Blue Jays, 2 very large series. Carl Everett batting here in the 5th. What's your take on this? You hear some ball players, Jerry, say that, until you get to the final couple of months, it doesn't matter. My take is a win, whether it comes in April or September.
Well, it matters, and if you go in the last month 5-6 games behind, these games matter a lot. I mean, when you're playing head-to-head this time of the year, whatever time of the year is, I mean, you've got to try to win as many games as possible. They're just as important, obviously, against when you play Tampa Bay and Detroit, but the excitement of the head-to-head matchup, half game separating the teams.
This divisional play, so it's really a 2-game swing. It's the Red Sox win. It's 1 game that the Red Sox win. And it's 1 game that the Yankees lose.
A lot of times, Bob, when you play head-to-head, you split the series, unless somebody sweeps it.
We've had a lot of attention to the Red Sox and the Yankees, and meanwhile the Blue Jays, they haven't been playing terrific baseball, but they have been chugging along, and they've won 15 of their last 27, which is better than the Red Sox and the Yankees have been able to do in that time frame. And Toronto finds itself just 1 game out coming into play tonight. The Jays are idle tonight. They got Detroit for 3 at Sky Dome before the Red Sox hit town.
It is hard to believe with this schedule that you're not going to play New York, you're not going to play Toronto. You finish with Toronto before the All-Star break, and all you got is 4 games left with the Yankees in September.
Finish with Toronto this weekend before the 25th of June.
Maybe next year we can play them all like the first 2 weeks of the season. We can be done with them before the 3rd week.
You heard Joe Torre's theory, didn't you? As Everett here will go down on strikes. 1 gone here in the 5th. Torre's theory is they made the schedule so lousy, so you'd have to go to realignment. I don't ever recall a schedule being this bad.
Now, there have been some bizarre tricks so far this season. That's the change-up right there to get Everett for the strikeout. Mendoza second. I mean, look at the last trip we were on. A 2-week road trip. You very seldom go on a 2-week road trip. Got one later on where we go to the West Coast, come back for a weekend series, and then go back to the West Coast again in the matter of 3 days. I mean, that's ridiculous.
And almost every team, if you look at their schedule, will have some sort of quirk almost that bad in it. The thing that I don't understand, I mean, they did get rid of the 2-game series, which no one liked when they first went to interleague play a couple of years ago. But why you have to play the teams that you would figure to be in against and be done with them so early, I can't understand.
Well, you don't know who you're going to be in against, obviously.
Well, you can figure the Red Sox.
But if you stick with your division close to the end of the year, I mean, that makes it more exciting, I think.
Ball, 1 strike here on Brian Daubach. Now it's 2-1.
I mean, like Chicago this year, for example, if you're thinking about a schedule, I mean, I don't know if they're hooked up with Cleveland at the end, but nobody would expect that.
I think they have the same deal that the Red Sox and Yankees have. I don't think. Because they're playing an awful lot, if you notice right now. And it really is too bad. Daubach hits this one out to left center field. Bernie Williams back at the wall. Williams went up along with Ledet. Neither one of them able to get it. And Daubach sprinting to third base. Ryan Daubach will not get too many stand-up triples. But he gets one here with 1 out in the 5th.
Well, we usually call that a Fenway double when it scrapes the wall on the way down. But it looks a little bit like an aerobics class out there against the wall. You got both outfielders jumping to make a catch. Neither one can make the catch, and by the time they chase it down, here's the aerobics right here. Isn't that beautiful?
Good description. I like that.
Synchronized jumping or something.
The catcher, Jason Barrett.
But this Fenway double turns into a Fenway triple because 2 players trying to make the catch. Now, if that's a Sadler running or somebody, you might be talking about an inside-the-park home run.
As it is, it's Brian Daubach. He'll settle for a stand-up triple, his first triple since last August. And I'll bet he slid into third base on that one.
I will say this. I'll give Ledet and Bernie Williams a 9-9. That was beautiful.
You're ready for the Olympics, huh? Well, Jason Varitek tries to get that runner home. Got into this 5-0 Yankee lead. 1 ball, 1 strike. They got that big home run against the Yankees, upper deck shot against El Duque. And the Red Sox visit to New York last week. Breaking ball here from Mendoza. 1-2.
A little bit like Derek Lowe, you know, the sinking fastball and curveball as opposed to the slider. Mendoza also has the changeup.
Veritek strikes out. Third one tonight for Ramiro Mendoza.
Stay away after the curveball, back to the outside corner. I believe a changeup, and had Veritek out on that front foot.
Number 20.
So a big strikeout from a guy that's really not considered a strikeout pitcher.
Lewis.
Two outs. That leaves it up to Darren Lewis. DeLu flying to Leday in left field in the third inning. Five runs, 6 hits for New York, including the home runs by Posada and Jeter. No runs, 3 hits for the Red Sox. Home runs were a problem for the Red Sox this weekend with the Blue Jays in town. Live ball by Lewis to shallow left. Ricky Leday makes the catch, and that retires the side. Sox get the 1-out triple from Daubach, cannot chase him home, and after 5 trail New York 5-0.
On 5 complete, a 5-0 Yankee lead as we move to the top of the 6th inning. Wake up with NESN Sports Desk tomorrow morning for the fastest sports update in television. It takes just 15 minutes and you get it all. Highlights from tonight's ball game here at Fenway, plus post-game reaction. You'll also get all the West Coast baseball and a complete wrap-up from the NBA Finals in L.A. That's NESN Sports Desk every weekday morning from 5 to 9 a.m.
Hey, your Pacers are hanging in there, aren't they?
Well, they put a hurting on them the other night. We'll have to see how it goes tonight. I think the Lakers might have been just laying down there, and they want to win it at home.
Pitching change for the Red Sox. You saw right at the end of the last inning, the bullpen doors swing open, and Bryce Flory make his way towards the center of the diamond.
Flory has appeared in 2 games back in April. He pulled a groin, and since that time has been down at Fort Myers. He's been to Sarasota. He's been to Trenton. And now back to the Major League Club. It's too bad, too, because at that time he had a real good spring for the Red Sox. And was that guy that was used in long relief.
Remember, there was a time, I don't know whether it was just announcers and newspaper people talking, but that Flory might have been considered for the 5th starting slot for the Red Sox in spring training. Flory opened the year in the bullpen.
I think it was announcer talk.
Yeah. We have to have something to talk about down there. Well, there was Juan Pena and Brian Rose, Tomooka. Flory was listed in that group. Tino Martinez takes a called strike. Tino followed by Jorge Posada, then Shane Spencer. Jeff Fry handles things, got the gate down there on the right side and throws out Martinez. So 1 out here in the 6th. Yankees have a couple of home runs tonight, the first of which was hit by Jorge Posada. It was a 1-0 ball game in the 4th, and with one swing of the bat, it was a 3-0 ball game in the 4th. Posada finds the bleachers. Later, Jeter hit one into the screen, a 2-run home run the following inning. So Yankees have this 5-0 advantage. Posada 1 for 2 tonight. Light scheduled in the American League tonight. Cleveland's at Chicago, Baltimore at Oakland, Tampa Bay at Seattle. Well, we won't be hearing a whole lot from Bob Rogers tonight. He probably will have highlights of Cleveland and the White Sox, but this game would have to go a ways for Baltimore and Oakland and Tampa Bay and Seattle highlights to appear.
Maybe he can just make it up. Just make up scores, highlights, whatever.
2 balls, no strikes here on Posada. Now 3-0. And some Blue Jays idle tonight. Open a series against Detroit tomorrow. There's a strike. I see where Detroit and Cleveland sold out all 3 games this weekend in Detroit. Remember, they had problems drawing at Comerica Park, although Cleveland is not that far of a drive from Detroit. So my guess is a number of Indian fans took advantage and made the trip. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Now the count on Posada. Boston, ball 4. Second walk issued by Red Sox pitching tonight. 1 each from Rose and Fleury.
Number 47, the designated
About making
hitter.
a trip. It was not a bad trip. It's the one the Red Sox are making this weekend. The Friday, Saturday, Sunday affair up in Canada against the Blue Jays.
I'm sure there'll be a lot of Red Sox fans. They like to make that weekend trip to a great city.
Oh, it's fabulous. And plus the fact, you have the retractable dome, so the games are going to take place. Obviously, they're important games, Red Sox and Toronto. A nice way to spend the weekend. One on, one out. Shane Spencer, the designated hitter. Spencer tonight has tripled to center, got it over the head of Carl Everett up against the center field wall, and then grounded to short. Fair ball, ricochets. The carom will come into left field. Moving to third base, Posada held there by Willie Randolph. Red Sox hustling the ball back in. I think that's Garcia Parra that chased it down in shallow left field. That was quite a carom off that wall. As it kicks out down the third base line, Garcia Parra had to chase it down.
Darren Lewis was headed in that direction, but he slipped as he tried to get back to play the ball off the wall, and Garcia Parra had to chase it down, which shortstop normally has to do here at Fenway. He'll also slip, but that's not going to cause any extra advancement by the base runners. Posada will be held at third base, and Spencer in at second base with the double, so he's got a triple and double tonight. Intentional walk for Leday to load the bases, trying to set up the double play to end the inning.
Scott Brocious on deck for New York. Brocious a double play candidate. He's banged into 6 of them so far this year. That's the percentage the Sox are playing.
Well, that plus the fact you have a sinkable pitcher on the mound and Bryce Fleury.
Number 18, the third baseman.
5-0 New York, top of the 6th inning. Obviously a very critical time of the game for the Red Sox. The other Yankees have hit into 7 double plays this year, among them Derek Jeter and Tino Martinez. Brocious takes a called strike. Brocious did have a 3-run home run yesterday. Home run here would just about sink the Red Sox. No balls, 2 strikes. Bases loaded with Yankees. Looking a little better from that Yankee dugout tonight. Brocious fights it off. Still 1-2.
Nice gesture there as he gave the ball to the first guy that touched it. Bounced around for a while.
Sporting. Brocious line drive, trouble for the Sox. Sinking line drive, knocked down by Nixon into score Posada. Yankees have to play station-to-station ball because the base runners didn't know whether or not Trot Nixon was going to be able to make the diving catch.
Now, it's a heck of an effort out there by Nixon, but it's going to drop right in front of him. He'll knock it down and at least hold the Yankees to 1 run. Nice piece of hitting by Brocious. Inside-out swing. Kept the ball off the ground. Drops it in front of Nixon. And a 6-0 ball game. One ball gets by Nixon. It's at least 1 more run, but Everett was over there to back up the play.
Trot gets the uniform dirty again. Joe Kerrigan coming out to talk with Bryce Flory.
Number 11, the second baseman, Chuck Knobloch.
Brocious at first, Leday at second, Shane Spencer the runner at third. Chuck Knobloch, who has 3 career grand slams, will be the hitter. Breaking ball for a strike. Knobloch has been, well, he wasn't called out on strikes. He went down swinging in the first, lined out to Garcia Parra at short in the third, and flied out to Everett in center field in the 5th. Knobloch 0 for 3. Good pitch by Flory inside, 1-2. Knobloch has his routine at the plate that he goes through between every pitch. Been doing it for years. One-two, chop foul down the third baseline over the head of Yankee third base coach Willie Randolph. Knobloch, we mentioned, won a Gold Glove with the Minnesota Twins in 1997. Fouled back. Knobloch was Rookie of the Year in the American League when he broke in with Minnesota in 1991, a member of Minnesota's World Championship team that year. Ground ball here to third. Barris will come to the plate. They get 1. That's all they'll get. They get the force out on Shane Spencer. The bases remain loaded with now 2 outs.
In tight at the corners at first and third base, and both those guys going to plate if they get the ground ball. If the ball's hit hard enough, they have a chance to turn to double play. The other option there for Veras was step on third and go to first, but he wanted to make sure he cut down the 1 run.
Derek Jeter.
And Veritek with no chance at all to turn a double play. Looked like Veras maybe could have stepped on third and got Knobloch at first.
Elected to go home and got Spencer. So the bases loaded with Derek Jeter up. Jeter ground ball to Veras at third. This time will step on the third base bag in time for the force out on Leday. That'll close out the Yankees. They have to settle for just the 1 run. Yankees have a 6-0 lead after 5½.
All Yankees so far in this ballgame, 6-0 as we move to the bottom of the 6th. There's no better place to take a field trip this summer than Fenway Park. To learn more about the history of the park and the team, as well as get a behind-the-scenes look into Friendly Fenway, come take a Fenway Park tour. For more information, call the Fenway Park Tour hotline at 617-236-6666. All areas are subject to availability.
Wilton Veras leads off the 6th inning for the Red Sox. They've got to solve Ramiro Mendoza, who has blanked him through the first 5. Starts Veras off with a breaking ball for a called strike. 59, no homers, 14 runs batted in for Veras, who bounced out to Jeter in the 3rd inning. Red Sox have only 3 hits tonight so far through the first 5.
Single, double, and a triple. Leadoff single by Offerman, a double by Garciaparra to lead off the second, and a triple by Daubach in the 5th.
Now, unfortunately for the Red Sox, they came in 3 different innings. Fouled off here by Veras. 0-2. Red Sox high water mark this year when they beat the Tigers here at Fenway May 19th. They were 12 games over. They were 25-13. Since then, they have won 10. They have lost 16. The Yankees in that same span have gone 10-15. And the Blue Jays have managed to pick up ground in the East, so the 3 teams bunched just a game apart. You have to wonder, too, what they're thinking in Cleveland now. I mean, 7.5 games behind. They do have this series in Chicago this week, and then after that, they play only 3 times the rest of the year. Indian pitching is decimated by injuries, but 7.5, I mean, it's only June, but 7.5 is a ways to be behind. But still 3+ months of baseball left in the regular campaign.
Let's go back to those spring training publications and see if anybody picked the White Sox. Whoever the guy is that picked them, if they did, remember them next year.
I don't recall anybody. This is Jeter, turns it loose, and it sails right into the Red Sox dugout. And Veras will be awarded second base. See how they score, whether it's a single and an error or an error all the way.
Now it looks like Jeter got the ball trapped at the heel of his glove there, and then when he got the handle on it, just threw it right into that Red Sox dugout and almost hit Veritek. Probably goes an error the whole way. Good throw. He certainly got Veras at first base.
8th error of the year for Jeter. Sox get Veras in scoring position, opening the 6th inning. There's 60 pitches so far tonight for Mendoza. Hot shot. Veras with the base running error. Being chased out towards second base here by Brocious. Gets the tag on him, and so Veras out of scoring position, and Offerman at first on the fielder's choice.
Just a terrible base running play there by Veras. Down by 6 runs. You got nowhere to go. You got to make sure the ball gets by the pitcher through the infield before you take off. And a nice play there by Mendoza also. He's made a couple of dandies on the mound. But poor base running by Veras, and a return into an out. So now nobody in scoring position, and Offerman over at first base. Got to make sure that ball gets by the pitcher before you take off at third base.
Here's Jeff Fry, who has a 12-game hitting streak on the line. Fry has hit safely coming into tonight in 24 of his last 25 games, except for a ball game June 3rd in Philadelphia, where Fry went 0 for 4. Fry would have a 25-game hitting streak. Randy Wolf and Chris Brock were the 2 pitchers that night for the Phillies.
Things have been bad for the Red Sox offense tonight. Right from the first inning, they got Offerman with a base hit. They played hit and run on the first pitch, and the Yankees pitched out and got Offerman at second base.
Sox had Garciaparra at second base. The lead off the second could not score. Had Daubach at third with 1 out in the 5th and could not score. Fry has a 13-game hitting streak. Offerman stops at second.
Surprised Mendoza didn't make that play as well. Right back through the middle for Jeff Fry. Mendoza just gets out of the way of that one. Hits the top of the mound. And as you mentioned, Bob, Fry now 13 straight games.
Red Sox trying to make some noise here in the bottom of the 6th. 2 on, 1 out. Trot Nixon at the dish. Takes a called strike. Nixon tonight has grounded to Knobloch and been called out on strike, so he's 0 for 2. Tried to work him inside, foul down the first base line. No balls, 2 strikes. Nixon got off to a hot start this year, right from the first day of spring training, but has cooled here in June, hitting just a shade over 200 this month. Goes to left field, little blooper here. That'll fall safely. Played out there by Leday, and the Red Sox have loaded the bases with 1 out.
Trying to go to a backdoor breaking ball, and Nixon just sticks the bat out, drops it in front of Leday for the base hit.
Three career grand slams for Nomar Garciaparra. Sox have the bases loaded and the leading hitter in the American League at the plate. Tried to get the Red Sox back in this one with 1 swing of the bat. First time really that Ramiro Mendoza has had to labor tonight. Line drive, Jeter will make the play. Out at second base, a double play to end the inning. Was able to tag Fry. And that will retire beside. The ball hit well by Garciaparra, and Jeter makes a heck of a play. There is out number 2 in the inning. The tag of Fry. That's out number 3, and the Red Sox, with a golden chance, cannot score thanks to the big defensive play by Derek Jeter. 6 complete. Yankees lead them 6-0. Top of the 7th, Red Sox with a big chance there in the bottom of the 6th, but Jeter with the big play. Time now to check out our mobile speed pass. Stolen base leaders. Raul Mondesi bothered the Red Sox a little bit this weekend here at Fenway Park. He has 20 along with the Shields. Johnny Damon with 18. Tom Goodwin leads the National League and the majors with 30. Luis Castillo, pretty impressive down in Florida. And Eric Young of the Cubs.
Right towards second base. Fry heading back in that direction, and Jeter's also heading in that direction. Just gets the tag on. Not a bad base running play there. Obviously, you don't want to see a double play in the inning. The one by Veras certainly was. Fry didn't have much of a chance. He was heading back in that way, but so was the baseball and Jeter.
The Red Sox had their first real big scoring chance of the game. Could not cash in. Still 6-0 New York. Paul O'Neill leads off the Yankees 7. O'Neill, Bernie Williams, Tino Martinez. Like O'Neill has hit 300 since he put on the pinstripes. Mentioned he was a .312 career hitter in New York. Neal hit .259 in his years in Cincinnati. .259 average in his National League days from '85 through 1992. Came to the Yankees at the start of the '93 season and has hit over .300 every year with the exception of last year, where he finished at .285. Garciaparra to Jose Offerman, 1 out.
If I'm not mistaken, too, Bob, early in his career, I think with Cincinnati, maybe even when he started with the Yankees, he didn't face many left-handers. But that certainly has changed over the year, and he's been able to maintain the high batting average.
Number 51.
Sox get him this time on a ground ball to short.
Bernie Williams.
Bernie Williams. Mentioned his last at bat that Bernie was the American League batting champion 2 years ago with a .339 average. He bettered that figure last year to .342, but lost out as Nomar Garciaparra captured the top prize in the American League hitting derby. Nomar with a .357 average last year to lead the league, and led the league coming into tonight at .384. Big doings here tomorrow night. Pedro Martinez, Andy Pettitte. Well, that's a nice matchup. It's game 2 of the series. Pete Sherrick, David Cohn on Wednesday, and Ramon Martinez, which is for the Red Sox on Thursday. Garciaparra again to throw out another tough Yankee hitter, Bernie Williams, 2 outs.
Jeter had to be especially happy to make that play at the end of the inning. His error really started that mess for the Yankees in the 6th. The error on Veras, but he had the pleasure of getting the last 2 outs.
Here's Tino Martinez. One ball, no strikes. Tino has a single and 1 batted in 3 at bats tonight. Tino came to New York after the 1995 season. He was part of that Miracle Ball club out in Seattle. The Mariners figured they wouldn't be able to afford to re-sign him, so they traded him to the Yankees along with Jeff Nelson and Jim Messier in exchange for Sterling Hitchcock and Russ Davis. That was in December of 1995.
Pretty good trade there for the Yankees.
Paid some big dividends. Nelson's done a nice job, as you know, in the bullpen. He's got that breaking ball that mystifies hitters, and Tino Martinez has put in 4 very good years in New York. This is his 5th year in a Yankee uniform. Lines it foul. Where'd that one go, in the Yankee dugout?
Yeah. Zim doesn't have that screen up in front of him like they do at Yankee Stadium.
Is he wearing a helmet? No.
No helmet. He's kind of hanging out. He's going to get the bat ready just in case another one comes in that direction. He's in a bunting position.
Three balls, 2 strikes. Full count on Tino Martinez. Bryce Flory, second Red Sox pitcher tonight. This is the 2nd inning for Flory. Took over the last inning from Brian Rose, who worked the first 5. 3-2 pitch to Martinez, hammered foul again down the right field line.
It's not the same direction. It looked like almost the same guy got the souvenir.
Just thinking when I saw those guys lean over the wall. I wonder when you sit in a seat like that, front row, what your odds are of getting a baseball. And the chances obviously had to be pretty good. Not guaranteed one, but I think the odds would be good. Offerman has had some tough plays at first base tonight. Flory covers. 1-2-3 go the New Yorkers in the top of the seventh. Seventh inning stretch here at Fenway. Yankees lead the Red Sox 6-0.
Seventh inning stretch, 6-0 Yankee lead. The source for fans Red Sox news, game coverage, and player information is redsox.com. Daily announcements, feature stories, as well as the latest on the new ballpark and how you can participate in the project are available to all fans at the touch of a button. Add to that our online store and 24-hour ticket purchasing, and you can have the best site for any diehard Red Sox fan, all at redsox.com.
Bottom of the seventh inning, time starting to run out on the Red Sox. Down to their last 9 outs of the ball game. They trail 6-0. Carl Everett, Brian Daubach, Jason Varitek due up against Ramiro Mendoza here. 24 for Everett with those 22 home runs. 0 for 2 tonight. Bob Stanifer begins to warm in the bullpen for the Red Sox. Sox tonight have used Brian Rose and Bryce Flory thus far. Everett takes a strike. Three balls, 1 strike on Everett, leading off the bottom of the seventh inning. Everett, high fly ball towards the wall in left field. Leday is back. It's high off the wall. Everett rounding second and will put on the brakes. And leadoff double for Carl Everett. Fenway variety.
Well, Red Sox have had a couple in that direction tonight. Everett, Daubach earlier in the ball game, he ended up with a triple. High fly ball that'll scrape the wall on the way down, and Everett with the leadoff double.
Red Sox now have 6 hits tonight, 1 each for the first 6 men in the order.
And 4 of those hits coming in the last couple of innings.
Sox had Veras at second base to open last inning. Eventually wound up with the bases loaded, 1 out, and Garcia Parra at the plate, but Nomar hit the line drive that Jeter turned into a double play to end the inning. Just 75 pitches so far for Mendoza. 1 batter into the 7th inning. Brian Daubach, high fly ball, left center field. Bernie Williams there, high of the warning track to make the catch. Going to third base is Everett. And got away with it. On the fly ball to Williams. Gets himself at third with 1 out.
Well, this is really what the doctor ordered for Joe Torre tonight. The fact that they've had a lot of work out of their bullpen, though, that Chicago series, and they desperately needed a pitcher to go deep into a game, and that's just what Mendoza's given them.
Runner at third, 1 out, Jason Varitek. One strike on Varitek. Yankees tonight are opening their longest road trip of the year, 13 games, 4 here, and then 3 each in Chicago, Detroit, and Tampa Bay. Sox will get on the scoreboard as Varitek's ground ball to second base gets home Carl Everett. And it's now 6-1.
Defensive replacement over at second, too. Clay Bellinger has come in to play second.
Number 20, the left fielder.
Bellinger replacing Chuck Knobloch. Knobloch played the first 6 innings defensively and was 0 for 4 at the plate. Darren Lewis chops it right side. Here's Bellinger again. And Bellinger getting it over to Pino Martinez. That retires Lewis, closes the door on the Red Sox. They get 1 run. 7 complete here at Fenway. 6-1 New York lead.
complete. 6-1 Yankees. Remind you, this copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Boston Red Sox may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Boston Red Sox.
Top of the 8th inning. Those are our Citizens Bank, not your typical fans. Did a lot of work to get on television with those signs. I mean, those aren't just any signs. Those are multicolored signs, so they deserve the honor here tonight. Even though the one of them was a Yankee fan, but
how did they become the fans of the game?
a lot of work, I guess. I don't know. I don't know who makes the choice.
Who's the panel? Where is it? The panel that meets at NESN and decides?
Probably about 27 of them, and you need 14 votes. Red Sox make a pitching change here in the 8th inning. Rob Stanifer will be their third hurler of the evening.
Third time that he has been up with the Red Sox, jumping back and forth between Boston and Pawtucket this year. Stanifer's last game for the Red Sox came in Atlanta, where he worked a couple of innings. One of the new faces in that clubhouse, in that hectic clubhouse this afternoon.
Yeah, very busy place.
Yeah, very busy.
Now batting for New York.
Jorge Posada leads
Number
off for the
20,
Yankees here in the
the
top of the
catcher,
8th. Posada followed by
Jorge
Shane Spencer and then Ricky
Posada.
Leday. Posada has a home run in 2 official trips. He has also walked. He's knocked in a couple of runs with a 2-run homer and has scored a couple of times. Posada's got some great stats this year. Makes the first pitch for a strike. Came into tonight hitting .317 on the year. Had an on-base percentage of .443, which is phenomenal. 42 strikeouts. He's walked 46 times this year, which helps. Home run tonight was his 13th of the season.
Yeah, Joe Girardi no longer with the Yankees, and the full-time job going to Posada, and he has certainly responded.
Posada sends this one to right field for a base hit. Leadoff single here against Stanifer in the 8th.
That ball was right on the hands of Posada, but still able to make contact, muscle it out to right field for the base hit.
Number 47, the designated
A couple of
hitter.
inside pitches
Shane
Yankees have hit
Spencer.
tonight. That one, the home run by Jeter off Brian Rose. That ball was up and in, and Jeter taking it into the net.
Runner aboard for Shane Spencer, who has a double and a triple tonight. One strike to count. Fans fine, has a ball. There's worry when the ball is hit hard like that into the stands. One ball, one strike. Pedro tomorrow night, matched up against left-hander Andy Pettit here at Fenway. Ground ball to Garcia-Parra, bounces away from him. Nomar in a hurry to get the ball to Jeff Fry. Put the course out at second base, could not do so. Posada is safe. Only an error charge to Garcia-Parra in the play, and the Yankees have 2 on with nobody out.
Probably going to be a double play ball, but Garcia-Parra going to his right, and it flips right out of the webbing of the glove. So both Nomar and Jeter have an error in this ball game.
Number 17, the left fielder, Ricky Ledee.
Number 6 on the season for Nomar. Jeter with his error tonight has a total of 8.
And the Yankees have 2 on with nobody out. Hitter will be Ricky Ledee. Ledee smokes it to second. This could be 2. Fry to Garcia Parra to Offerman. Bobbled the ball. Cost the Red Sox another double play. Posada to third base. Sox do get the force out on Shane Spencer at second.
Well, if you watch this play around second base, looked like Spencer went into second base and Nomar had to throw on top of him, over the top. And that caused the ball to go high to first base, right there. In the top of the glove and bounces right out of Offerman.
Number 18.
Was bobbling it. The runner goes across the bag. He's safe.
Brocious.
A little sloppy here in the 8th inning for the Red Sox.
Sox get 1. Ledee safe on the fielder's choice. First and third for the Yankees with 1 out. Scott Brocious takes a breaking ball down and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Brocious has a couple of singles and is not going to run. Six-1 Yankees here in the top of the 8th inning. Posada at third base. Ricky Ledee is the runner over at first. 2 balls, no strikes on Brocious. Reno. And there's ball 4 to load him up. Let's go to our NESN studios now. Call on Bob Rogers. Bob?
All right, guys, not a lot going on in baseball tonight, but the Phillies are at home against the Braves. Greg Maddux is on the hill, and he gets some offensive support from Julio Veras, who tags his 3rd home run of the year. Maddux is pitching well. It's a pitcher's duel. Randy Wolf against Greg Maddux. It's 2-1 in the 6th.
Back here at Fenway Park, it's 6-1 Yankees in the 8th. The Yankees have the bases loaded. Joe Kerrigan out to talk to Rob Stanifer. From Wakefield, talking pitching with Rich Garces.
35.
Change up
Second baseman, Clay Bellinger.
Clay Bellinger batting for the first time since taking over defensively at second for Chuck Knobloch. Batting here with the bases loaded and 1 out. Takes the first pitch strike. .211 for Bellinger, but does have 4 home runs, has knocked in 7 runs. One ball, 1 strike. Bellinger had a pinch hit home run to win a ball game down in Atlanta in early June. Drives this one towards the corner in left field. That'll rattle all the way to the wall. Posada scores. Ricky Ledee will score. It's a 2-run double for Bellinger and an 8-1 lead for New York. Brocious stops at third.
Now Bellinger, who has been coming in defensively for the Yankees toward the end of a ball game, adds some offense. Line shot right up over the head of Veras, all the way down to that left field corner, and a couple of runs for the Yankees.
Derek Jeter.
A little sloppy play early in the inning, and now turning into some runs.
Derek Jeter bats. Pitch will bounce past, or not bounce past Varitek, hit Varitek and bounce out in front of the plate, and that'll keep Brocious at third base. 1 ball, no strikes. A tough homestand so far for Jimmy Williams and the Red Sox. Sox down 8-1, have the infield in with Derek Jeter at the plate. Two balls, one strike. Foul fly down the right field line. That evens things at 2-2 on Jeter, who's flied to center, doubled to right, homered into the screen in left field, a 2-run homer in the 5th inning, and then was safe on the fielder's choice. So he's 2 for 4 tonight. Torrey and the Yankees won 114 games 2 years ago, 98 last season. Things have not gone quite as smoothly here in 2000. Grounded to third, bobbled by Veras. The throw to the plate is high, and another error. And to score comes Brocious. It's 9-1. This inning could have ended for the Red Sox quite a while ago.
Yeah, long inning for the Red Sox. Some poor defense here. Veras is boxing it around and pretty good heads-up base running over there. As soon as Brocious saw the bobble, he just took off for home.
21, the right fielder, Paul O'Neill.
Long night.
Long inning for Stanifer facing O'Neill. Base hit here, right field. Seeing eye, base hit. Bellinger comes in to score. Throw goes over to third base. Jeter is in safely. The Yankees now have a 10-1 lead.
Now, two teams coming into tonight that have been struggling. Of course, the Yankees getting beat 4 straight by the White Sox, but that's all in the memory now for them. Hole between first and second. O'Neill will pick up his 39th RBI of the season. Jeter hustling into third. So at this point right now, not too many Yankees thinking about this past weekend.
Yankees doing to the Red Sox tonight what the White Sox did to New York in New York yesterday. Bernie Williams swings at one in the dirt. One ball, one strike. Williams bounces it into right field for a base hit. Jeter scores. O'Neill stops at second, 11-1.
And this is one of those take one for the team. Nobody loosening up in the bullpen for the Red Sox. Looks like Felix Jose going in to run at second base for Paul O'Neill.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. For New York, now running for O'Neill at second base, number 45, Felix Jose.
It'll be the night for O'Neill.
And now batting, number 24, the first
Yankees
baseman.
have up the lead to 11-1. They still have Felix Jose now at second base, Bernie Williams at first. Bob Stanifer facing his 9th Yankee hitter here in the 8th inning, Tino Martinez. Five runs for New York here in the 8th inning. Martinez drives this one to left field. Darren Lewis can't catch up with it. Going to have to play the carom. Into score comes Felix Jose. Safe at second base on a close play is Tino Martinez. Ernie Williams moves to third. The Yankees have a dozen and a 12-1 lead.
Number 20, the catcher.
Everything a base hit now for the Yankees. Down and away from Tino Martinez, opposite field. The only fans that are going to be left here, it looks like, by the end of the game will be Yankee fans.
Jorge Posada, who opened the inning with a base hit to right field. Earlier tonight, hit his 13th home run of the season. Tim Wakefield loosens in the bullpen for the Sox. Next pitch for Staniford will be his 30th pitch of the inning, but this is not his fault. Ground ball, flagged down by Offerman. Offerman moves over, will step on the bag. Well, there are 2 outs here in the top of the 8th.
Number 47, the designated hitter.
And the Yankees will send their 11th hitter of the inning, Shane Spencer, to the plate. Spencer drives one deep to left field. It is going, it is gone, and it is 15-1 New York. Staniford's ERA and the Red Sox taking a beating.
Well, there are always games that turn good teams around, and this might be the one for the Yankees. Don't leave the ball inside against this guy. Home run number 9 on the season, and now 30 RBI for Spencer.
A 9-run 8th inning for New York. Here's Ricky Leday. Leday shoots it up the middle, a base hit.
Bob, this has got to be the ugliest inning we've seen against the Red Sox all season long.
9 runs up on the board for New York. Well, Rob Staniford just wants to see the inning end. And Jimmy Williams now going to come out and make the pitching change and get Staniford out of here, maybe get Tim Wakefield in. Jimmy making the pitching change. Staniford getting knocked around. Some shoddy defense behind him. The home run by Shane Spencer. Nine-run inning for New York. Verizon Wireless call to the bullpen. Phone answered by Tim Wakefield. We'll take a break. Back with more Red Sox baseball right after this.
Not a mistake. 15-1 Yankees here in the top of the 8th inning. Well, if we get news for you, stay with NESN following the game. For ESPN News, Larry Bird's Pacers face an uphill battle in their quest for the NBA title. Game 6 is underway in L.A., and it's a must-win for Indiana. All the highlights, analysis, I should say, and post-game reaction on ESPN News right here on NESN following the game.
Analysts, that'd be you.
Yeah, they analyze the analysis.
Tough one to analyze tonight. 15-1 New York. Red Sox for the second time this season giving up 9 runs in an inning. You recall Kansas City had a 9-run inning here on the previous homestand.
Wakefield pitched on the 17th against the Blue Jays, 4 innings in that ball game.
Scott Brocious after the first pitch. And the inning will mercifully come to an end, but not until the Yankees score 9 times. Wakefield gets it done with 1 pitch, but New York still leads 15-1. Back here at Fenway Park, what has turned into a long night for the Red Sox. The Yankees with 9 runs in the top of the 8th inning. Then a home run derby tonight for the Yankees. Jorge Posada back in the 4th inning gave the Yankees a 3-0 lead at that time. Here's a 2-run home run by Derek Jeter. That made it a 5-0 ball game. And here's the one that made it 15-1. A 3-run shot to put the finishing touches on a 9-run Yankee 8th inning. Meanwhile, Ramiro Mendoza has been mowing the Red Sox down. 1 run, 6 hits, has struck out 3, has not walked a batter. 15-1 New York. We go to the bottom half of the 8th inning. Some defensive changes for the Yankees. Felix Jose replacing Paul O'Neill in right field. Wilson Delgado is the new second baseman. Clay Bellinger, meanwhile, moves over to first base, and Jeff Nelson will take over on the mound.
32nd game of the year for Nelson, 6-1 with a 1.51 ERA. Nelson's pitched 35 2/3 innings, 39 strikeouts. Opponents are the 187.
Now batting for the Red Sox, number 38, the third baseman,
Wilton Veras leads off the Red Sox half of the 8th inning. Veras then back to the top of the order, Jose Offerman and Jeff Fry. Breaking ball from Nelson for a called strike. "15 runs, 15 hits for New York. I showed you the 3 home runs fouled off by Veras, 0-2. Eric Lowe in the Red Sox bullpen. Haven't been many save opportunities for the Red Sox recently. Two balls, 2 strikes. Now a full count on Veras. $33,370 at Fenway, the 17th sellout of the year. Veras draws a rare walk as he opens the Red Sox half of the 8th inning.
It's only the 4th walk, actually the 5th walk this season for Veras.
Top of the order for the Sox, Jose Offerman, who has 1 hit in 3 trips.
Number 30, the first baseman, Jose Offerman.
1-ball, no strikes on Offerman. Jeff Fry on deck for the Sox. Offerman lifts it in the air, shallow left field. Ricky Leday is there for New York to make the catch. 1 out. Running through our pitching matchups the rest of the week.
Baseman,
Pedro Martinez again against Andy Pettit tomorrow. Pete Schurig, David Cohn on Wednesday. Ramon Martinez will now match up with Jake Westbrook here on Thursday. Westbrook being given the start for the Yankees. But it's Pedro for the Red Sox tomorrow. Things are going recently. Sox very much looking forward to Pedro pitching tomorrow night. Goes all the way back to the screen as Veras goes down to second base. Wild pitch. Charge to Jeff Nelson. Line foul by Fry. We're chuckling a bit because Jack Harrington, our stage manager, has this little sign that has WP on one side and a PB on the other, and gets the official scoring from the press box and passes it our way. And that was a WP, which is a wild pitch. Two balls, 2 strikes. Nelson has a 14-run lead. And is having trouble throwing strikes. 3-2. Fry earlier tonight extended his hitting streak to 13. Jeff is hit safely in 25 of his last 26 games. Chops this one back. Nelson makes the play over to the first baseman Bellinger. 2 outs in the inning as Veras advances to third.
Number 7, the right fielder, Trot Nixon.
2 outs, and here's Trot Nixon. Nixon tonight has 1 hit in 3 trips. Yankees win tonight, which, barring a miracle, they're going to. They will take over first place in the American League East by a half a game over the Red Sox. Foul fly here down the left field line.
Toronto would pick up a half a game, and they're not playing tonight.
The Red Sox would trail by a half, and Toronto by a game. Veras here at third base with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th inning. Yankees put this one completely on ice with a 9-run top of the 8th as Dixon just gets the shoulder out of the way. 1-2. Spins out of the way of the inside pitch. Nelson deals 1-2, and there's strike 3. Breaking ball comes across the plate. Nixon is rung up on strikes. That retires the side. We go to the ninth. 15-1 New York. NESN's exclusive coverage of Boston Red Sox baseball has been brought to you in part by Southwest Airlines. Log on for low fares at www.southwest.com. Southwest Airlines, a symbol to be freedom. By Citizens Bank, not your typical bank. By Mobile, introducing the fastest way to get gas. Mobile Speed Pass. It's free and it's only in mobile. By Miller Lite, for the coolest stuff in the world. Go to MillerGetTheGoods.com. And by Aflac. Without it, no insurance is complete. Out of the State House and over to Fenway Park, where actually it has been a decent paced ball game, but is turning into a long night for the Red Sox as they trail 15-1 in the ninth inning. Curtis Pride taking over from Carl Everett in center field. Manny Alexander gives Nomar Garcia-Parra the rest of the night off at short. Scott Hatteberg is the new catcher. And Wakefield continues on the mound. Top of the order for the Yankees. Clay Bellinger, who came in defensively for Chuck Knobloch and has since moved over to first base, leads off for New York. Derek Jeter and Felix Jose scheduled to follow. Foul fly chased by Hatteberg, charging over, but that'll be a couple of rows out of Scott's reach. 0-2. Fenway full for most of our battle tonight, quickly emptying here in the late innings with the Yankees comfortably ahead.
Fans getting on Derek Jeter, who's on an on-deck circle a little bit, chanting "Nomar's better."
Jeter just wearing a smile. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count. Bellinger knocking a couple of runs with a double to left. His first trip tonight in the 8th inning. Nine runs, 7 hits last inning. The 9 runs, by the way, issued by Stanifer, only a 1 was earned. 8 unearned runs surrendered by the Red Sox in the 8th inning. Wakefield here deals 2-2 to Bellinger, and that'll bounce away from Hatteberg. Full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. White Sox have scored a run. They lead the Indians 1-0 in the 5th at Comiskey Park. Bellinger draws a leadoff walk.
I'd be curious to see what that crowd's like now tonight in Chicago, Bob. White Sox in first place.
Number 2.
Cleveland in town.
Coming off a terrific road trip.
Yeah, if they're not going to draw for this one.
Bellinger aboard. Here's Derek Jeter. Jeter hits it high and foul down the right field line. "15 runs, 15 hits for the Yankees, including a 2-run home run by Posada in the 4th, a 2-run homer by Jeter in the 5th, a 3-run homer by Spencer in the 8th. Hammered to center field. Curtis Pride is back for the Red Sox to make the catch. There's 1 out in the Yankee 9th.
Curtis Pride with the Red Sox a couple of times. Played for the Red Sox in '97.
Number 45.
A pinch hit home run in his first Red Sox plate appearance against the White Sox back in '97. Missed the whole year last year with surgery. The tendon tear in his wrist.
This is Felix Jose batting for the first time. Came in as a pinch runner for O'Neill last inning. Placed O'Neill defensively in right field. Deep to center. Pride has a long way to go to get this one and is not going to get it. It'll disappear into the bleachers for the 4th Yankee home run of the night. It is 17-1.
Well, I don't know if it's worth arguing about, but it looked like a fan reached over the fence there and made the catch.
Yankees, who lost 17-4 yesterday.
Yeah, that's
you might be right.
Yeah,
it's a 3-2 ball game or something. Boy, everybody be all over the place. Take a look at it here. It should be definitive.
It looked like it was going to hit the top of the wall, and the fans reached over and interfered with it.
Ernie Williams takes a knuckleball for a strike. Nothing in 2 on Bernie Williams. Omar's face sort of says it all for the Red Sox tonight.
Well, these are the kind you sit in that dugout. Let's get this thing over with. Let's hope nobody gets hurt. And try again tomorrow night. Yankees making up for the 4 games against the White Sox and taking it out tonight on the Red Sox.
Didn't have that score box there in your upper left-hand corner. You turned in and you saw Nomar's face. You'd know it's a lopsided Yankee lead tonight. Last time the Red Sox were this far behind or gave up 17 runs in the game was back in '96 at Milwaukee when they were beaten by the Brewers 17-2. A lot of long faces. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That let's get this over with look. Base hit to center as the Yankees load up. Bernie Williams gets their 17th hit.
Bernie hitting right-handed against the knuckleball pitcher and takes the base hit up the middle. He's got a couple of hits on the night.
Number 14, the second baseman, Wilson Delgado.
Wilson Delgado, the hitter for the Yankees, playing second base. This is his first at bat. Yankees with 3 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, 9 in the 8th, and 2 so far here in the 9th inning. Away from Hatteberg, and Bernie Williams will move down to second base. Wild pitch. Fastball for a strike, 1-2. Fastball misses inside on Delgado. Delgado hit a solo home run, his first in the majors, on 24th of May at Chicago.
I think he came from the Giants organization, didn't he?
2 balls, 2 strikes, the count.
Acquired by the Yankees back in March. Juan Mello.
Wakefield checks the runner. 2-2 pitch. Misses outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Ball 4 to Delgado, so he will reach first and second now for the Yankees. Jorge Posada coming up.
Number 20, the catcher, Jorge Posada.
Two on, 1 out. Posada takes a called strike. Posada's been called out on strikes, has homered, walked, scored a run, singled, scored a run, and then bounced out to Offerman at first.
Posada, another switch hitter who elects to hit right-handed against Wakefield.
Couple of hits and 4 trips, jumps back. That one looked like it might have caught the plate, but ruled the ball. 1-1 to count. Been a fairly crisp affair until about the 8th inning. Long about when the Yankees scored 9 times.
That has a tendency to slow things up.
More for New York here in the 9th inning. 2-1 pitch from Wakefield. "17 runs, 17 hits." Niels could expand the strike zone too. As Posada draws a walk. Joe Kerrigan coming out of the Red Sox dugout.
Number 47, the designated hitter, Shane Spencer.
Yankees piling it on here tonight. They've got a 17-1 lead. Yankees one time beat the Red Sox here 24-4.
Spencer is the single for the cycle. Triple back in the 3rd inning, the double in the 6th, the home run in the 8th.
Trot Nixon over to make the catch. And then rifles the ball to the plate, but in to score on the sacrifice fly comes Bernie Williams. The Yankees now go up 18-1. Most runs the Yankees ever got against the Red Sox, 24-4, talking about back in 1923. That was here. The Yankees won in New York, 19-8. That was in August of 1940.
Ricky Leday.
Tonight it is 18-1 New York. Yankees have scored 3 times here in the 9th inning. And Ricky Leday now bats for the New Yorkers. One strike to count. Still 2 aboard for the Yankees here in the 9th inning. Wakefield laboring tonight. 2-1 the count. There's Leday driving one towards the wall in left field, played off the wall by Darren Lewis. Wilson Delgado comes in to score to make it a 19-1 New York lead.
It's one of those games, Bob, you're kind of surprised not to see a position player pitching. Leday to the opposite field.
Number 18, the third baseman.
Leday's got a couple of hits in the ball game tonight.
Yankees have runners at first and third. Posada at third base and Leday over at first. Scott Brocious batting here for New York. 1 ball, no strikes. And Brocious drives it to left field. This one is well hit, and this one leaves the yard. It is 22-1 New York. Brocious with a 3-run homer. Yankees have hit, 5 home runs tonight?
Let's see. Posada, Jeter, let's see. Spencer, Brocious,
and Jose. 22 runs. I run out of room on the scorecard. Fouled back by Bellinger. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I don't have the feeling this is going to sit well with Wakefield taking this pounding.
Fouled away by Bellinger. Still a ball and 2 strikes. 22 runs on 19 hits for the Yankees. 9 runs in the 8th inning and 7 runs here in the 9th. Finally, the inning ends. Down on strikes goes Bellinger. Again, 7 more for the Yankees. They've got a 22-1 lead. Back here at Fenway Park, you've got to read that line score to believe it. 9 runs in the 8th inning, 7 runs in the 9th inning, 22 on the night for the Yankees. 22-1.
Fans, it's time to cast your vote for the 2000 All-Star Game starting lineup this year. Major League Baseball, in conjunction with SeasonTicket.com, is pleased to bring you the first interactive online All-Star ballot. The deadline for balloting is July 1st, so vote for your favorite star.
Stanton on the mound. Christopher Turner will be the new catcher as Posada boots.
Bellinger's going to center field for Bernie Williams. And Mike Stanton doing the pitching. As Bernie gets a half inning off. Turner behind the plate.
Now playing center field, number 35.
And Posada down at first base.
Bellinger now playing center field.
So Leday, Jeter, and Brocious going the distance, along with Posada, who moves over to first.
Posada now playing first.
Stanton gets in the last of his warm-up tosses.
Number 25, Chris Turner. Turner now catching and now pitching for the Yankees. Number 29, Mike Stanton. Stanton now pitching.
Mendoza will be the winner for the Yankees tonight, picking up his 6th of the year against 3 losses. Ryan Rose, the starter, will be saddled with a loss for the Red Sox. He'll fall to 3-4. Manny Alexander leads off for the Red Sox here in the bottom of the 9th inning.
Number 29, the shortstop, Manny Alexander.
.17 for Alexander on the year. No home runs. He's knocked in 3 runs. Stan, the former Red Sox, misses away. 1 ball, no strikes. Foul back by Manny Alexander. Count is even now at 1 ball and a strike. Two balls, 1 strike on Alexander. Curtis Pride in the on-deck circle for the Sox. And now 3-1. Most lopsided game you remember playing in, Jerry?
I don't remember, Bob.
I don't remember being involved in a game where someone passed the 20 mark as far as runs goes.
I remember one opening day here. We couldn't wait to get back to Fenway Park and take the field. And before you know it, there's 8 runs on the board for the Tigers. That turned the crowd around in a hurry. I think we came back and got 5 or something, but not the way you dream about opening the season at home.
Thinking of somebody flicking around the channels and all of a sudden hit this score box. With 22 up there for the Yankees. Alexander fouls it back. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, they say you'd rather get beat like this than 1-0, but I'm not so sure.
I don't know if I go along with that either. Alexander pops it foul back behind the plate. Christopher Turner coming back for the Yankees, but that'll be on the screen. This is Brocious, the third baseman, who's played all the way tonight. Brocious making the catch. And there's 1 out here in the 9th inning for the Red Sox. For the Red Sox, the 22 runs allowed tonight, the most since May 31st of 1970, when they lost 22-13 to the White Sox. It's a little worse because the Red Sox tonight have only just the 1 run.
There's a game, didn't we have a game in Detroit a few years back where somebody pitched, a position player pitched for us? Can't remember who the heck that was. I thought we'd see something like that in this game tonight.
Didn't Wade Boggs ever pitch for the Red Sox?
I think he pitched for the Yankees, or maybe even Tampa, throwing knuckleballs. Danny Heap, that sounds familiar. There's also another one, right-hander, I believe. Mike Benjamin.
That's
who it
right.
was. Yep.
You're right. It was in Detroit, too.
I think Benji had a 1-2-3 inning, didn't he?
Benjamin with the Pirates now. 1 ball, 2 strikes here on Curtis Pride. Down on strikes in his first Red Sox at bat here in 2000. 1 out to go for the Red Sox to put the end to this one.
Number 23, the designated hitter, Brian Daubach.
2 outs, bottom of the 9th inning, and Brian Daubach will bat for the Red Sox. Daubach tonight does have a triple. He's 1 for 3. Takes a called strike.
Well, from a Red Sox point of view, you know you have Pedro tomorrow. From a Yankee point of view, it certainly gives you a little more confidence, that's for sure.
Feels a lot better for the Yankees to be up like this than yesterday when they were down in similar fashion. Jimmy Williams and the Red Sox right now going through their most difficult sledding of the season. And Joe Torre hopes this turns it around for New York. But the Red Sox for the last month, since the 19th of May, have had their difficulties. And this one doesn't help tonight. No balls, 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes, the count on Brian Daubach.